Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. So this model just landed. It is the Zero Tolerance 0920 or the 920, one of the new 2017 releases, and this is a collaboration with custom knife maker Les George, who they've worked with on several other models, including the 900, which is a small little titanium flipper, and the 0909, which is kind of a larger knife like this, but runs on washers, G10, that sort of thing. So this is just out of the box, just released. I'm just going to show you guys the knife kind of in detail. We'll do the size comparisons, give you some initial impressions, that sort of thing. So let's move the box out of the way here and take a look at this one in a little bit greater detail. We'll bring in the Para 2 as a size comparison. Alright, so with this one, definitely one of their larger releases. It is a 3.9 inch blade with a 5.1 inch handle. Overall is 9 inches, so quite a big knife here. It does weigh in at 5.4 ounces, and honestly that's pretty lightweight. I want to say this one weighs like 5.5 or 5.6 with a titanium scale, so pretty manageable, pretty reasonable, and that was actually one of the first things I noticed out of the box, is that it is much lighter than I anticipated. So that's pretty cool. Alright, back to the specs. Handle thickness is 0.55 inches at the thickest portion. However, it is fully contoured. As you guys can see, are fully rounded with some nice millwork or machine work, giving it a pretty cool texture. So certainly gives a little bit of class here with that nice machine work. But one other size comparison I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was interesting. But here we are with the 920, Zero Tolerance 920, a 2017 release, and here we are with the ZT-0460, also 2017 release. So I thought it was interesting when we're looking at the offerings a company does within a year. There's typically not this much variation, but whether you want like full size, hard use, beat the crap out of titanium frame lock, or you want a very kind of small, easy to carry, lightweight knife, they had quite a bit of diversity in the 2017 release. And it seems like there's always people asking for, I want lighter and smaller, and I want bigger and stronger. And I thought these two were kind of an interesting comparison when you're looking at two knives released from the same manufacturer within the same year. So anyhow, that's one other size comparison here. Alright, we'll move the 460 out of the way. So this is based on Les George's Harpy model. Certainly one of his less common customs, so I'm glad they went with this one, and they didn't go with a more common knife from Les George, like perhaps the VECP or something. There's quite a few of those out there, just under his Midtech brand. Now, the blade steel in this one is 20 CV, really high quality steel, certainly one of the best that you can get at any price point. Obviously quite a large blade here, has a recurve, which is quite common with Les George. Nice swedge up top. I mean, it's a beautiful blade shape. If you guys like the recurves or can sharpen proficiently the recurves, really cool offering. So do have some jimming up top, nice and wide, pretty grippy. Does seem quite functional. So plunge line, sharpening notch, ZT logo, CPM 20 CV, Les George, model number, serial number, that sort of thing. So let's take a look at the flipper tab. Flat faced with some jimping all the way around. Really happy to see that. That way, if you do get it on top, you have a better chance of actually deploying it rather than always having to get in front of it. But the flipper tab actually comes a little bit in front of the pivot here as well, but the leverage you get on it is fantastic. Look at that action. Just beastly. Makes a fantastic sound, great feel, strong, firm detent. I was trying to see if I could kind of get it to deploy halfway, but once this thing breaks, it breaks completely. So really well done on the action. On such a large knife, obviously the ergonomics are going to be quite good. Again, here it is in my extra large hand. Really comfortable, probably one of the more comfortable knives I've handled in quite some time. And the millwork here does give it quite a bit of texture. You know, in this direction, if you're, I don't know, up and down, obviously doesn't give a whole lot of traction because that's the way that the pattern goes, but it looks killer. I think that really dresses it up a bit. It accentuates the fact that it's a completely contoured handle. But yeah, really comfortable knife. Chamfers all the way around in conjunction with the contoured handle. So yeah, they even let it go down here onto the sides of the frame. So that is really cool. I love, again, if you guys watched any of my videos, big fan of millwork. I think it adds a little bit to the knife. So large blackened pivot here. Not sure what type of coating that is. You do have tip up, left hand and right hand carry, so it's good for more people. Lanyard hold the black at the back and blackened screws. Holding in some really cool, look at the machining on these standoffs. Definitely kicked it up a notch. Those are more than likely aluminum with the hard anodize, but I could be wrong. This is a titanium clip, and this has been gold, kind of a gold anodized color. So the color isn't exact between the pocket clip and the standoffs, but pretty close. Close enough to make me happy, at least. Blade to handle ratio, can't get anywhere near the tip. Stainless steel lock insert. Pocket clip works really well. You know, it's a spring clip, not as exciting as on, I don't have any other knives around me here, as on some of the other ZTs they've done this year, like the 450. I hope I'm getting these numbers right. Anyhow, there's some other cooler clips, but it's totally functional. Again, with a knife like this, I mean, this is designed to be obviously carried and really used hard. So, yeah. Now, how did they get it? So we've got some pretty deep skeletonizing on the inside. Hopefully you guys can see it. They put in as much skeletonizing as they possibly could, which again makes this much lighter in the hand than I anticipated. Where's the balance point? Yeah, balance point is just about at the pivot here. Yeah, right there. I'm sorry, not the pivot, at the forward finger choil, so it's really well balanced. You know, again, Les George has been making knives for a long time. His are very, you know, his background is in IED, or I can't remember which military he was in, but he has a military background. He used to disarm explosives. A very tool user orientated type of you know, aesthetic and ergonomics. But yeah, cool piece. Really cool piece. Man, probably the best ergonomics of the 2017 models that have come out so far. But again, I have quite large hands, so it just fits me like a glove. Really, really comfortable. Really like the ergonomics on this thing. All right, that about sums it up there. So again, one last look. Some of the millwork and the details on this piece. As always, centering is perfect. Lockup is about 40%, and this thing is rock solid. So really cool offering. Excellent job, ZT. Beautiful design from Les George. If you guys are looking for a custom piece from him, I think he has some dealers that he supplies every so often, but I don't actually see a ton of pieces come out from him. So this is definitely a good way to get that feel and that look, and that kind of vibe or authenticity of Les George designs. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully, if you know, if you were looking at this piece, hopefully I gave you enough information to pull the trigger or not. But more videos to come. Thanks for watching. Take care.